All right, very welcome to the very first podcast of SHIP Startup Festival 2024. And I have a very lovely guest here who is representing Cursor.
Exactly.
And thank you very much, Sami, Moisio, for being here.
It's
nice
a
to
pleasure
see
to
you.
be here.
How are you doing today?
Fine.
Are you looking forward to the festival?
Yes, of course.
And
it's always nice to see so many young people here in Kotka.
Oh, certainly.
Yeah.
They are the blood of the next things to come in our lives.
Yeah, exactly.
For sure. So please tell us a little bit about yourself. What is that your position at Cursor?
I am business advisor. It means I try to help the business companies to grow and finding let's say the fullest potential.
Right on. So what would be the potential that you would be helping out with, seeking out for?
The first thing is always that people are always thinking that the company is something that you are making money or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that the most important thing is that what do you really want in your life?
Right.
That's the first question.
Correct.
And then we start to do questions that how you are making money for that and everything like that. But first you have to know that you have, let's say, enthusiastic for that what you are doing, because otherwise when you are doing long days as entrepreneur has to do in the beginning of the business, you have to have something behind that you are really eager to do.
Right on. So talking about entrepreneurship, it was interesting that we had a bit of a discussion beforehand.
Yeah.
So please do shed a bit of a light that you mentioned from 2017 you have been an entrepreneur.
Yes, I have been an entrepreneur myself, yes. Exactly.
Right. And you had the bit of a background with the accounting, which was very interesting. You mentioned you've been doing accounting since the age of 15.
Yes, exactly.
Right. That's very, very interesting.
Yeah,
so how did you get into it? Like at the age of 15, how did you know that this would be something that I want to do?
You know, in Finland we have to take some kind of voluntary subject in the school, and then it was just that I have always been interested in business. People are saying that I have been probably good also in marketing, but I have always understood that the figures are what you have to understand.
Right.
And then I have some kind of, let's say, mathematical probably mindsetting, so it was pretty easy for me. And then I can say that my teachers and everything, they were pushing me through that, okay, you have to make more accounting and learning more and more, because you are probably pretty good understanding the total picture for the whole financial sector.
Interesting. So you just mentioned about that as per starting or becoming an entrepreneur, you're helping out the companies to basically, first of all, focus on what they really want and what they can really do.
Yeah.
Right. So there are two different things, I think so. What you really want and what you can really do. So how did it influence on you that you had the skill set for mathematics, for calculations and all that, but were you directed in a way that, okay, accounting could be a thing for you, or is it like it just came to you that, hold on, this is what I really want to do?
It was, for me, it was probably like that I was doing what was easy for me. Let's say I was lazy in the beginning.
Okay.
Accounting was easy for me.
So it became a benefit.
Yeah. It came with benefit. And then after that, I was starting to interested in about what is behind those figures.
Right.
And then I have learned a lot of business, and I have done a lot of different kind of businesses, and I have been working with different kind of companies, and
nice.
I have seen a lot of, let's say, ownership and owners in my life, and I could say that all the entrepreneurs, they are really big persons, and I like it. They are not. You cannot put them in the one mold. It's always that those who are really making very well, they are big persons. They are. They have the character.
Interesting. So how would you put it up for, let's say, put in words that how can you find yourself what you want to do as a young entrepreneur? What would be the advice, or what would be the tips and tricks that you would give? Like, how do you find out that?
If you have a hobby or something that you really like, you have to think that, okay, is this something that I could do, for example, for side business? If you are in studying, or if you are, for example, in working, you can always establish your own company and start to think that, okay, I really like this. Can I make some money for this, like pocket money? And if it starts to run, that people see that you are good with that, and they like your personality and everything like that, you can pretty easily notice that, okay, now I'm making more money in my hobby than I'm doing somewhere else.
Right.
And then it starts to run its own life.
Interesting. Right.
Yeah.
Definitely. I agree with you on that. And this is where Cursor comes in. Could
Yes.
could you explain a little more? How would you help those who have kind of found out that, okay, this is what I want to do, but now financially, how would I be able to, sustain it, maintain it, or even start with it?
Probably that's what I would say, that all the people who are starting the company, they should come to visit with us.
Right.
We have a wide selection of different kind of skills. We have in our business advisors those who has done marketing for their profession and has also had a company with marketing, and then there is those who has probably selling the insurances and everything like that. So we have a wide, let's say, selection of different kind of skills.
Right.
And then when you are coming to Cursor, we start to make your business a living with the Excel probably, so that we are putting the figures there, and then we start to make you questions that how you are going to do this, and could you think that your business idea could be this way, so that you can get more income, because when people is coming really eagerly telling that, okay, this is my the world's best idea, but they haven't even think about that who is really willing to pay it. We sit them down and tell them that, okay, how you are getting the incomes for this business, and then we are also telling that where you can get the, for example, support. For example, there's government aspects like starttiraha, I don't know what it's in English, what you can get when you start to
startup
business.
funding, for instance.
Yes, it's something like 500 euros for you personally when you are starting the company and everything like that.
I see.
We help you for that, and then we are also helping you to, let's say, finding the right channels for marketing, because it's also the personal aspect. I think some people are very, let's say, natural with the social media and everything like that. The others are not. And it also depends on your business area, what kind of marketing you have to do.
Right.
We are trying to help you.
We are talking about here that basically any company, even existing, can come to you as well. It doesn't have to be just a startup, or you're just thinking out. All right. Well, that is very nice.
Yes,
that is very nice.
You know, when you are an entrepreneur, you are probably very alone, and you have to think about all the ideas by yourself.
Correct.
I think that we are something like, we can be your partner, so that you can, what is this term that you are, what is it? When you are pulling the ideas to each other.
Brainstorming.
Brainstorming, exactly. That was the word what I was trying to figure, yes. So you can come to brainstorming with us, and then we can give you a little bit feedback and everything like that. And then always when 2 or 3 people are thinking about same idea.
Definitely.
Yeah, it's growing much bigger.
Definitely. So you just mentioned that, finances had been your key factor.
Yes.
That you have really worked in a long time with the financial aspect of working with different companies and all that.
Yeah.
So as per for a startup, or as per becoming an entrepreneur, how much do you think the financial value is important in your opinion?
I have always said that the banking institution and everything, they are probably requiring 20% equity, your own equity, for the whole funding. It's now living all the time because the bank requirements are changing, but still 20% is something that if, for example, you are buying the company and they are saying that this is costing you 200,000 euros, you don't need that 200,000 euros by yourself. You only need 40,000 euros, and all the other money, if the figures are good, we can get, for example, from Finvera or somewhere else.
Right on. So you're suggesting, as we were talking earlier before the podcast, so you're suggesting, in a way, is it a better idea to buy a company which is already existing, or in a way it's a good idea to start up with completely your own idea?
That is excellent question.
Yes.
And I think that, again, you have to know yourself. If you think that, okay, I can do I can find these markets and I can find these customers much faster than this company has done it, and I don't need any kind of, let's say, backbones. I do it by myself in 2 months. Then again, you have to consider that it's wise to buy, let's say, put 200,000 for living company or using it by your own company and making that marketing happen and starting to live. But then again, if you know that there's that kind of customers that you really are depend on and you can get a really good fresh start with those, then I will say, please buy.
Right. So in that regard, one important question in the same line, which we have been discussing right now, would be that how much impact does Cursor do internationally as well? As in a way that right now, the people that can reach out to you would be from Finland. And who want to do the business, let's say, in Finland. If they have an idea which is more away from the market of Finland, how can they benefit coming to Cursor?
Okay, we can be like a mediator. So that we are, in Finland, we have this kind of Team Finland, which is then challenging people to Business Finland, who is our best channel to go to abroad. And that way we can be, let's say, your discussion partner with them and everything like that. But as we are like a municipality company, we cannot go outside of Loviisa, this region where we are operating, but we can always help the company to grow.
Well, that's fantastic. That's really good to know. So mediator factor, how much do you think has been the cases? Has there been any cases like that before with you?
Nowadays, I would say that you have to always get the trust for the people who are operating here. And now I have been in Cursor almost 5 years. So it means that I have that kind of networking, that there is companies who are, let's say, brainstorming with me and thinking that how we can grow to international market and everything like that. But before they come to you, because the time is money for every person, they have to find the person who they can trust and they know that they get some value when they are coming to speak with you.
Thank you for answering that. That's always good to know that, the companies like Cursor are around to help build up the new relationships, because without the relationships, I think the businesses can't definitely go anywhere. There's no question about it. Talking about relationships, how has been to be with SHIP?
It has been great. And here we can find the young people and the fresh idea and the mindset what the young people are having. That's always refreshing. And as I say, there isn't any stupid ideas. I have always said, you don't know what kind of idea is going to fly. You just have to make the concrete structure there. But really, I love the ideas what the young people are having, because when you get the older, you are starting to, let's say, repeat yourself. Right.
As we are coming towards the end of our podcast, I would like you to give some words out to our lovely viewers. Give them some advice, or how do you feel about what are the new ventures that you are looking forward to, and give us some good words.
I would say be bold, and just like Nike has always said, let's do it. Not just sitting down, because every time when you are doing something, you learn also.
And not just Nike, Shia LaBeouf said as well. Just do it.
Just do it. It's so simple like that.
Indeed. And you just got to go out there and take the horizons by the hand.
Yes, exactly.
Sami, thank you so much for coming today.
Thank you.
And it was very lovely to talk to you.
It was my pleasure.
Thank you.